What are you willing to give up to become rich? It's not a question we often ponder upon, but it's a crucial one. The journey to wealth isn't paved with gold, but with sacrifices. It's about trading certain comforts and conveniences for bigger rewards. It's about understanding the cost of your dreams and being willing to pay it. It's about prioritizing your future over your present. So, are you prepared to make these necessary commitments? Let's delve into the top 10 sacrifices you need to make to become rich. The first sacrifice is time. Now, we've all heard that time is money, but have you ever really thought about what that means? To put it simply, time is the most valuable resource you have. It's the one thing you can't get more of, no matter how hard you try. Becoming wealthy often requires a massive investment of time. It's not just about working long hours, although that's certainly part of it. It's also about the constant pursuit of self-improvement. It's about using your time wisely, investing it in learning new skills, expanding your knowledge, and pushing yourself to be better every single day. This doesn't mean you have to give up all your free time. Everyone needs a break now and then. But it does mean being more mindful about how you spend your time. It means prioritizing your dreams and goals over immediate gratification. It means making the hard choice to stay in and work when your friends are going out. It's not easy. In fact, it can be downright tough. But the payoff? Well, that's where the magic happens. That's when you start to see the fruits of your labor, the rewards of your sacrifice, and trust me, it's worth it. Remember, time is the one resource you can never get back. Next up, social media and TV. Now don't get me wrong, these platforms aren't evil, they're tools, and like any tool, it's all about how you use them. But let's be honest, how many of us are using them to build our wealth? The answer most likely is not many. Picture this. If you spend an average of 3 hours a day on social media or in front of the TV, that's over 1,000 hours a year. Imagine what you could do with that time. You could learn a new language, master a new skill, or even start a side business. The world's wealthiest people understand this. They see time as their most valuable asset, and they treat it as such. They limit their time on these platforms, not because they're inherently bad, but because they know every hour spent scrolling or channel surfing is an hour not spent on wealth-building activities. It's about priorities. It's about choosing to invest in yourself and your future, rather than getting lost in the latest reality TV drama or social media trend. It's about recognizing that every minute matters, and that true wealth comes from how you choose to spend your time. So, take a step back. Evaluate how you're spending your time. Is it serving you, or is it holding you back? Remember, time is money. The less time you spend scrolling, the more time you have for growing. The third sacrifice is fear. Fear is that insidious whisper in the back of your mind, that icy grip on your heart that tells you, you can't do this. It's the voice that says, what if you fail? What if people laugh at you? What if you lose everything? But let's flip the script here. What if you succeed? What if you become the person you've always dreamed of being? What if your life becomes a testament to the power of overcoming fear? Fear is the ultimate barrier between you and wealth. It's not just the fear of failure, but also the fear of rejection, of criticism, of stepping outside your comfort zone. It's the fear that keeps you from taking risks, from making the hard choices, from walking the road less traveled. But here's the thing about fear. It's a liar. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, that you don't have what it takes. But you do. You have everything you need to become wealthy, right inside you. All you need to do is overcome your fear. Overcoming fear isn't about never being afraid. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about taking that leap of faith, even when your knees are shaking. It's about understanding that failure is not the end, but just another step on the journey to wealth. You can't let fear hold you back from your financial goals. The fourth sacrifice is material possessions. Now, this is a tricky one. It's about changing our perspective about what it means to possess something. We live in a world that celebrates materialism. We're often judged by what we drive, where we live, and what we wear. But here's the twist. To become truly wealthy, we need to prioritize long-term financial success over immediate material gratification. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should all live like hermits, forsaking all worldly pleasures. But it's about understanding the difference between need and want. It's about realizing that every dollar spent on an unnecessary luxury is a dollar that could have been invested in your future. Imagine a scale, with material possessions on one side and financial freedom on the other. Every time you resist the impulse to buy that shiny new gadget or that designer attire, you tip the scale a little more towards financial freedom. You trade short-term pleasure for long-term gains, because the truth is, financial freedom can afford you much more than just material possessions. It brings choice, peace of mind, and the ability to make a difference in the world. So, the next time you're tempted to splurge on something you don't really need, remember this: every sacrifice you make brings you one step closer to your goal. It's not about what you have now, but what you could have in the future. The fifth sacrifice is oversleeping and laziness. Consider the wealthiest individuals in the world. Do they spend their mornings tucked comfortably under the covers, hitting snooze on their alarms? Not at all. They're up with the rising sun, if not before, ready to seize the opportunities of a new day. Rest is important, yes, but so is making the most of our waking hours. Wealth accumulation is not a passive activity. It requires discipline, hard work, and a proactive attitude. There's a saying that goes, "The early bird catches the worm." The same principle applies here. The early riser, the one who is willing to put in the hours and the effort, has the best chance of catching the opportunities that lead to wealth. Being lazy and oversleeping are luxuries that the aspiring millionaire cannot afford. Every minute spent in idleness is a minute that could have been spent working towards financial freedom. Laziness is the enemy of progress, and oversleeping is its partner in crime. Together they rob you of the time and energy you need to make your dreams a reality. Remember, wealth is not just about having money. It's about having the freedom to live the life you want, and that freedom is earned through hard work, discipline, and a proactive attitude. Success doesn't come to those who wait, but to those who act. The sixth sacrifice is your social life. Let's take a moment to delve into this. There's a common misconception that to accumulate wealth, one must become a hermit, shunning all social engagements and personal relationships. However, the reality is not as black and white. The journey to financial freedom often demands a significant amount of time and energy, which may inevitably take away from your social life. This could mean fewer nights out with friends, less time spent on hobbies, and possibly even strained relationships. It's not always easy to explain to your loved ones why you're holed up in your office instead of joining them for a cozy movie night. But remember, it's not about completely cutting off from the world. It's about prioritizing. It's about making conscious choices, and sometimes, yes, it might mean missing out on a party or two, or not being able to binge watch your favorite show every night. You might need to miss a few social engagements today, but think of the freedom and opportunities you're creating for your future. The road to wealth is a challenging one, no doubt, but the rewards are worth it. The seventh sacrifice is your comfort zone. Yes, that cozy, warm, familiar place where everything is predictable and safe. But guess what? It's also the place where dreams stagnate and opportunities wither. Let's rethink comfort. Is it truly comfortable to stay stuck in a routine that doesn't challenge you? Is it truly satisfying to let opportunities pass you by because they seem too daunting? The answer most likely is no. Aspiring millionaires know that growth and comfort cannot coexist. To grow, you must step out into the unknown, take risks, and embrace uncertainty. It's not about being reckless, but about calculated risks. Imagine for a moment a bird in a nest. It's warm, it's safe. But if the bird never leaves the nest, it will never learn to fly. It will never soar the skies, never experience the thrill of the wind beneath its wings. The same applies to us. If we never leave our comfort zones, we'll never truly know what we're capable of. We'll never reach our full potential. Embrace discomfort. Welcome the unknown. See every challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Remember, the road to wealth is paved with uncertainty, but it's those who dare to tread this path, those who step outside their comfort zones, who ultimately find success. The eighth sacrifice is hobbies and leisure activities. Now, we're not saying you should abandon all forms of relaxation or enjoyment, that's far from it. However, it's about understanding the value of your time and redirecting it towards your wealth-building efforts. We all have hobbies and leisure activities we love. Whether it's painting, playing an instrument, gardening, or binge-watching your favorite Netflix series, these are the things that help us unwind and bring joy to our lives. But here's the thing, these activities, while enjoyable, don't necessarily contribute to your financial goals. To become a millionaire, you may need to put some of these hobbies on the back burner temporarily. It's about making a conscious decision to invest your time in activities that will bring you closer to your financial goals. This could mean spending less time on the golf course and more time studying investment strategies, or trading your nightly TV time for a side hustle. Now, this doesn't mean you have to live a life devoid of pleasure or relaxation. Far from it. It's about striking a balance and understanding that every hour spent is an investment. You're essentially trading your time for money. Remember, it's not about giving up what you love forever, but about making temporary sacrifices for long-term gains. These sacrifices can pay off dramatically in the long run, leading you to a life of financial freedom and abundance. It's all about your priorities and how much you're willing to invest in your future success. The ninth sacrifice is stability and security. When you choose the path of wealth creation, you're often stepping into the unknown. It's like venturing into a dense forest armed with only your skills, experience, and a compass of determination. The familiar, well-trodden path of a 9-to-5 job may provide a sense of security, but it often limits your potential to amass significant wealth. In the pursuit of financial freedom, you may have to give up the comforting embrace of a steady paycheck. You might need to invest your savings into a business venture or take on a job with a high-risk, high-reward pay structure. This doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind. Rather, it's about making calculated risks, understanding that the path to riches is rarely a straight line. You may face periods of uncertainty, and there will be times when the ground beneath you feels shaky. But remember, the most beautiful diamonds are formed under pressure. These experiences will shape you, molding you into a resilient individual, capable of navigating through life's most turbulent storms. Stability and security are comforting, yes. But if you crave the extraordinary, you must be willing to step away from the ordinary. You must be willing to sacrifice the comfort of the familiar for the thrill and potential of the unknown. Sometimes you have to take the risk to reap the reward. The 10th and final sacrifice is your mental and emotional energy. The journey to wealth is a long, grueling process that requires not just physical stamina, but a reservoir of mental and emotional energy. This journey is fraught with challenges and obstacles, both from the outside world and from within ourselves. It's not uncommon to experience bouts of self-doubt, anxiety, or even depression on this journey. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when you question whether all the sacrifices you're making are worth it. This is where your mental and emotional resilience comes into play. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Each negative thought, each setback, is like a cannonball being fired at your walls. With enough resilience, your walls can withstand these impacts, but without it, they can crumble, leaving you vulnerable. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every failure is a lesson learned, a stepping stone on your path to success. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Your mental and emotional energy will be stretched and tested, but it is this very sacrifice that will fuel your journey to wealth. It will make you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle the ups and downs of wealth creation. Your mindset is your most powerful tool on your journey to wealth. To wrap up, becoming wealthy is a journey that requires sacrifice. The road to wealth is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with tough decisions and trade-offs. So what are you willing to give up to become rich? The decision is yours.